Hello everyone, and welcome to a little bit of a surprise, for me at least. A couple of days ago, on the 19th of February, which was more than a couple of days ago, more than a week ago, Europa Universalis Twitter account posted this, and there was lots of speculation about what this was, what it meant, what it is. It is a bird and some green stuff, and it is Andev Diary. Now, Mehmet came on and said, oh, but look, it's this. It's the flamboyantly colourful feather crown Mesoamerican rework. It must be. Yeah, that makes sense. This definitely looks like this. However, today, the Dev Diaries came out. Actually, as this video goes live, unless I'm late, because I'm posting it I'm recording about an hour before it goes live, today we have the answer as to what this means. And yes, this probably is the Mesoamerican feathery stuff, but it's not everything. It's certainly not everything. This is a DLC, sure, but it ain't gonna be a purely Mesoamerican DLC. This DLC is going to hit so much. So let's go and have a look at what I was sent a link to a couple of days ago. This is the roadmap to 137, and sure, of course, the first thing you're seeing on this screen is America, and I just said it's not just America, so it's fine, it's fine. There is going to be another DLC. We don't know the name of it yet. However, what we do know is there's 3 areas that they will focus on: America, Central Europe, and Central Asia. So, I will point out very early on, I don't really play very much in the Americas unless I'm colonizing it. It's just not my kind of style of play. So I have played the Incas years ago. I've played the Aztecs years ago. And I've played the Mayans years ago. And I don't really know what their deal is right now. Although I guess they haven't been updated in so long, and that's why they're getting an update now. But there will be updates to the Incas, to the Aztecs, and to the Mayans. And yeah, I don't really have much else to say on that. Great. Places on the map that have not gotten much love in a long time, now going to get some love. And these are the main 3 civilizations in the Americas that could get some love, so it's fantastic. They have mentioned that there will be no changes to how colonization works, though whether that stays the same until on release, I don't know. And colonial nations are not going to be getting new flavory, tinkery stuff. Okay. But that's all. Like I said, I don't really play in the Americas. That's not my deal. But I do play in Europe quite a bit. I do play in Europe quite a bit. And yeah, Europe looks good. Europe's getting some feeding right now. We have the Netherlands. We have Austria, we have Germany, we have Venice, we have Italy, we have Hungary, and we have Bohemia. What a lineup! What an absolutely stacked lineup. Of course, Netherlands, they've got content. Netherlands have got quite a lot of content. Everyone who interacts with the Netherlands gets content because they can't stop rising up. Please stop rebelling. I beg. But now they're going to enhance their abilities to control the most important trade nodes, as if they weren't already 50% or more of the English Channel trade node. As, you know, come on. Colonize while setting up the famous, I don't know what the VOC stands for, or the WIC. I know they went to Indonesia. I don't know what these stand for, though. Either way. And promoting Dutch culture. I mean, do we need that? Do we? I'm just saying we don't really need that, but whatever. Austria. They got content recently. I mean, I say recently, but when did Emperor come out? They got content in Emperor. However, let's get some more. New mission trees. The Holy Roman Empire will have more ways to deal with both internal and external vassals. Because they didn't already, apparently. Extend their control over Hungary. Yeah, they got a PU very early. Bohemia, the same. Naples, Burgundy, Castile, Poland, and more. I mean, they were already the top tier, like, PU tag. I feel like they may just get turbocharged here. Kind of crazy. Additionally, a new formable will be created that creates some headaches for the Austrians. What could that be? I would like to know. Germany. As with the soon-to-be mentioned Italy, the primary objective of the German content is to enhance the late game experience. Fantastic. Late game is so sorely, I wouldn't say neglected, but what I will say is it's been a bit neglected. People don't generally play that long, right? If you got into the 1600s, the 1700s, you know, you kind of, if you're playing, you know, reasonably well, no matter who you're playing as, you've pretty much, you know, unless your mission tree's got some late game content in it, like you finish this mission tree when you've achieved 4 coal provinces, you probably finish your mission tree. You probably got the content that you want to get out of it. And unless there's some fat conquest missions in there that you really can't be bothered with, you generally finished your late game content already. So, enhancing the late game experience, I'm very, very much interested in that. Hopefully it's not a case of just conquer everything, or get a bunch of industrial coal mines, or what are they called, furnaces running. Something fresh would be nice to see. Noting there will be variations in the flavor of the game depending on the specific German country that manages to unify all the land. Naturally, that's a great thing. That is a great thing. Venice also getting some content. I don't know when Venice last got content. I can't remember what DLC it was, but I never felt like Venice was like outdated. But hey, they're getting some content now. Of course, they are the most prominent nations in 1444. Like, everyone knows Venice. Everyone who plays around Venice knows and is annoyed by Venice and getting onto that goddamn island. So yeah, new missions that will allow it to interact with various illustrated characters. Okay, nice. Reaping the benefits of the mighty trading fleet. I'm excited to see what Venice has to offer. I haven't played them on my channel since probably 2018, very, very early on. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they have, and maybe if that happens to be successful, we could even form Italy. So again, long-term content, late game content. We're looking for more diverse content in the late game, hopefully. Extra flavor to the Italian nations that finish their mission trees and more. Again, they're not a historical title, but hey, neither was Germany. Germany didn't form during this time frame either, so it's not really relevant. But the main path is going to be the conquest of the rest of Europe, which honestly is a little bit disappointing. But if you want to, you know, become the Roman Empire, that kind of works. You know, they did kind of do that. So, yeah. Industrializing, hopefully it's not just build some furnaces. I mean, of course, those kind of missions really annoy me. So I don't know why, that's why I keep bringing it up. But yeah, no. That would be nice to see some late game content for Italy. They're already a quite strong tag, I think, especially in single player, because they got that fat amount of improved relations. And I know for myself, when I play single player, I run into a bit of a brick wall where I have so much aggressive expansion that just takes so long to bleed away that you end up in a kind of a cycle of big conquest, let the AE drip away for many, many years. Big conquest, let the AE drip away. And again, it gets repetitive in that way. So Italy was always very good at getting that AE away faster. So your cycle is still there, but it's, you know, it's more skewed towards the fun bit. Hungary. I remember the Hungary patch, which I think was the first patch where they actually had the names of countries on the patch. This was back in 20 earliness. I went to check it out. The Hungary patch came out in 2017. This was a long time ago, and this was probably the series that I point at as being the time when I stopped being a zero view channel to actually getting some views. This Hungary series did very well for me. So yeah, this is when Hungary last got its update in 2017. There may have been updates since, but this was the Hungary patch, and now we're on a new patch. We don't know what it's going to be called, but it's also going to get content for Hungary. So yeah, apparently it got some stuff with Emperor, and it was about conquering the Balkans. With the new expansion, though, it will increase Hungarian control over neighboring regions. So I guess it's going to be a case of not just coming down here, but maybe going into Poland. Though, don't they have a mission tree that gives them PUs on Poland? I don't remember. But yeah, we're probably going to be seeing quite a bit of an expansionist Hungary, it seems, from this. Confront Poland, Austria, the Ottomans, and further territories such as the Teutonic Order and Naples. So, yeah, pretty expansionist, but also some internal stuff as well. And finally, we have Bohemia. Again, a nation that did recently get content. Another very strong PU nation. But new update will introduce better and more engaging missions that allow Bohemia to interact with the Holy Roman Empire and make the Bohemian crown the main contender for it. Improving the Hussite Wars outcome. I always felt like the Hussite Wars were a little bit undersold in EU4. I would like to see more about it, because Hussite it's basically pre-Protestantism, and there could be a lot of very interesting stuff in there. Jan Hus was a G, and, you know, it'd be nice to expand on his influence, you know? Expanding the options to expand the domain of Bohemia to include the Balkans, Germany, Poland, beyond. Again, a little bit more expansionist than I'd really be looking for, but hey, I mean, if that's what you're getting in your late game and you've already, you know, achieved the flavorful content beforehand, it is what it is, you know? And finally, Central Asia is also getting a big update. We did just get an update that gave us quite a bit of content in the Middle East, but hey, let's go back and touch up the areas that didn't get quite enough love. So that is the Timurids. Of course, they start with their vassal swarm and very precarious situation. The new aim is to recreate the administrative chaos. Okay. It's already a bit chaos, but I guess it's also a bit of a solved chaos, as the way to get out of it is kind of like already been known, and there is a meta there that is pretty easy to follow. So maybe this will shake things up in that way. But creating a new nomadic country, maybe becoming Horde Timurid, their cavalry will be pretty scary. But yeah, no, Timurids is already a very interesting country, and having some content for them that isn't just form Persia, enjoy new Persia tree, or for Mughals, enjoy, oh look at that, a new tree. So let's have a look at what the Mughals get. It's primarily focused on conquering the Indian subcontinent, as they did historically. And now they aim to incorporate a new flavor that would allow for a more interesting management of their internal affairs, such as the Mansabdars, which I have never heard that word before at all. New goals to enhance its economic and cultural standing. I feel like the Mughal Empire's cultural mechanics are already a way to enhance the cultural standing, and they're if they conquer all of India, they're already an economic powerhouse. So I'm not sure that's entirely necessary, but hey, it's just flavor, really, isn't it, at the end of the day? Hordes also getting an update, make some of their goals accessible to all Hordes. The content will be exclusive to specific regions. I don't really play Hordes. If you saw me in Speed 5 playing a Horde, you'll kind of get that idea. It's not my thing, but maybe I could look more into it and play a bit. Hissen Kaifa was one of the tags that people were very disappointed wasn't included in the previous DLC, and so getting them some content now is fantastic. Very much a big fan of that. Of course, they're the Ayyubids that they weren't the ones that ended up reconquering and forming Iran. That's not it, but they were the remnants, I believe, if I remember correctly, but I might be completely wrong. But yeah, getting Hissen Kaifa to have a mission tree is fantastic. It's a good thing. They start with the ruler Salah al-Din, but I don't know a lot much about him. I'm sorry, I don't know. But anyway, getting them some content, very good idea. Trebizond is one of the 2 nations, I think, that should both be called the Roman Empire in EU4. I'm always a big fan of saying that, you know, Byzantium is a terrible name and they should just be called the Eastern Roman Empire from the start of the game. But Trebizond could also claim that title with not as much strength, but, you know, enough. But yeah, they are also Komnenoi, just like in Byzantium. They lost their dominance in the Black Sea, and the remnants of the Roman Empire are close to collapse. But now, if they get a mission tree, they may be able to be the main Roman Empire, and we'll see what they are capable of doing. And now we have Theodoro. I really like Theodoro. For one, the map color is one of the best map colors on the map. 2, they are a hard start. 3, they're goths. I had a bit of a goth phase in my youth, so it makes sense for me to have a little bit of a soft spot there. But yeah, getting them a mission tree that will enhance the flavor of the heroic contender for the control of the Black Sea. Yeah, Gothic invasion, sign me up. I'm all in on that. And finally, we have Hormuz and Oman. Good trading nations in the south of Arabia. They are tags that always seem to get people signing up for them in multiplayers, but there's just never really enough content there until they form a new tag. So Arabia would be the big one that recently got some updates. But yeah, if they get some new content, some new opportunities will be presented to them, and global trade empires that controls land in Arabia, East Africa, India, etc. So, this DLC that is going to be coming out at some point, I don't think they actually mentioned that, it goes wide as hell. There is no specific, this is the area that we're focusing on. Everything is touched. And you know what? I kind of feel like this is a tying up loose ends DLC. And I know we've said that before. We said, oh, Emperor seems like a final DLC. Oh, King of Kings seems like a final DLC. Oh, what else have they got left to touch upon? But none of those DLCs had 3 completely disparate points of focus in them. So yeah, I really gotta say, this feels like a finale. It feels like a swan song. It feels like okay, we're not going to retouch any of these areas in a specific DLC format, so let's throw them into this final DLC. Right? I don't see there being more after this, but again, we've said that before. So let me know words, goddamn. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Which of these tags are you most excited about getting new content? And do you think it is the final DLC? Let me know in the comment section below. I will be excited to read your thoughts. But yeah, until next time, thanks all for watching, and bye-bye.